Welcome to the very first WRBA Global Podcast with your host, REP Esquire, here in beautiful downtown Sarasota, Newtown. You know how we do it. Well, you know how we do it. But what we're going to start doing is with the podcast, we want to start touching bases with everything that's important for us in this community, locally, nationally, and internationally. First things first, let's just get something straight. Okay, first things first. Right now, it's real rough. Coming into November, nobody ain't going to have no food stamps. I mean, that's going to hurt a lot of people. Now, thank God for the food banks that are going to be out there giving food and know that it is this time of year where people are giving. But at the same time, I mean, all this stuff could have been avoided. The problem is, those who have put the individuals into office and those who protect this individual are allowing this country to go down just to protect one person. The tearing down of the White House. I mean, the destruction of something that's been there for decades. He's tearing it down like it's nothing. But then you want to talk about make America great again. Okay, we'll ride on that horse later on down the line. But what I really want to focus in right now is on the midterms. Because the midterms, this is an opportunity where we can actually change the narrative. We can shut him down. Because we have to, it's because right now, there isn't a state that I know of right now that's not being affected by what Trump is doing. There isn't a state right now that's not going to be affected by not having food assistance coming into the whole month of November. And the thing about this is, as much as people say, hey, it was the people in the red states that voted for this, yeah, you did. You did. The farmers that voted for Trump, you did. And you're suffering for it because now there's nobody out there to work your fields. But for some reason, I have no idea why, you actually thought that the black folks were going to replace those individuals that were working on your farms. Now, this is not me just saying this, because Trump actually said it on national TV. What he said was, well, we try to get the people in the urban cities to do that, been there, done that. They're not going to do it. So who's going to do it? Because in farms in Nebraska, you see billboards saying, hey, we need people to come work on the farm, but you're not paying anybody no money in these conditions. All that being hindsight. Now you're dealing with the fact, now you're dealing with the blowout from all that you've done. But we all collectively we all together have to deal with this. The thing about it is what's going to be important is the coming into the next year into the midterms is when we have an opportunity to shut this down completely by making sure that you vote for your senators and the congressmen running for office. People who are not going to be sycophants are not going to be just following behind, they're trying to protect this one man while he sits there and destroys this country. We owe our kids more than that, man. Come on. We can't be selfish and think it's just not us. We're the next generation depending on us to make the right decision. You gonna let me not be able to get nothing to eat because you mad at this person? Are you trying to protect them and then you will suffer behind that? That's crazy. See, we cannot hold on to the torch until the end of the time. You have to pass the torch. The same way that in a relay race, the person who starts the race is not the person who finishes the race. See, but the thing about it is when you think that you're supposed to stay, now I know I'm getting ready to open up this other door here. These bones going to fly out. But when you think that you're supposed to stay in control for eternity, the universe has a problem with it. Now, the only thing I know that's been here for that stood the test of time was cockroaches. But that's a whole nother subject. But so far as, one race of people dominating everything, it's not going to happen. The torch got to be passed. America is going to have to change. Evolution is going to happen. Genesis will happen. Things die and things grow. You got to make room for new growth. And you can't just sit there and just hold things in a holding pattern. You know what I was talking to somebody about? I said, do you know the purpose of a termite? Dude said, what do you mean? Do you know what termites do? Termites prune off all the dead stuff to make room for the new growth. See, the dead stuff needs to go. When something's at its end, it needs to go. Make room for the new growth. You can't continue to hold on to it. But see, that's what we're dealing with right now. But I'm telling you, we can trim up all that dead growth and put in brand new senators and congressmen. That's what the midterms is. It's pruning time. And if we want to see this country better for us and our children, you cannot sit back and there's not one person I know right now who's suffering what I'm suffering, who is in a red state that can sit there and tell me, man, I'm happy with what he's doing. And I'm not suffering. And I'm not going to. You can't tell me that. So what I'm telling you right now, what you have to do is you have to vote for those folks who are really out there looking out for you. Not for those who won't even show up for your town hall meetings. Your congressman won't even show up for your town hall meetings. They don't want to, they were told not to even talk to you. Telling the farmers that. Don't go talk to the farmers. They're suffering. So you want to continue to have these people? Or are you ready to go ahead and say, you know what, let me join the rest of the world? And let me and also, especially with soybean, wait a minute. 50% of China's soybean came from us. So just think about that. How much that is. Now China said, well, I don't want none of it. We're just going to get it from Brazil. So none of the soybean farmers are selling it anywhere. They're burning their crops. But this is done by the administration that you said that you wanted to put in office. I don't deal with problems, I deal with solutions. But the solution is, coming into this next electoral year, is to make sure that you vote for the senators and the congressmen, you know, that are in your local, from local, national, you know what I'm saying? You got to vote for all of them. That's going to benefit you, not for those who just want to get money in their pocket. You got to know that that person's out there. He's just like you. His house is next door to yours. You know, his children go to school with your kids. That's who you want representing you. You know, somebody who's in the neighborhood with you. Somebody who children, you know, they play with your children. You know, his concerns are your concerns. He struggle, you struggle. That's the kind of person you want representing you. You don't want somebody who ain't got no connection to you. So make sure that you choose somebody in your district or in your community, city, state, or whatever. And choose the right way so we can change his policies and lock this man down and get him out of office. Because the thing, what he does know is this, and this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say. The reason why he wants to stay in office, because he knows once he get out of office, he knows what's going to happen. He's going to jail. Because everything they're doing is illegal and it's against the law. That's why he said he wanted to stay in office. But I'm telling you, midterms, that's the way to go. This is your boy REP Esquire, WRBA Global Podcast. Want to make sure y'all stay tuned in. We're going to have plenty of guests coming into the future. Man, we have, bro, I'm telling you, you know, I take the gloves off. I ain't scared. Want to make sure you tune in. We're going to let you know for times, dates, and when you'll be able to see our podcast. And also make sure we're going to have our social media pages. So you can if you didn't catch the podcast that day, you'll be able to pick it up episodes on our Instagram, on our Facebook, TikTok, Twitter page, and whatever other page my friend Casey decided we can come up with. We may have to create a social media page. I don't know. But anyway, hey, it's your boy REP Esquire saying, remember, be Wall Street ready, but always Backstreet 80.